The orchard. Oh,
Placing aside the busy thinking mind, surrendering to the unconditional love with our beams, fully locked into Creator, unconditional love, the fabric of the universe cascading down, flooding our beings, flooding every dimensional aspect, entering our physical bodies and coalescing and combining, absorbing, saturating our physical bodies. As our cells open up and receive the unconditional love, our cells emanate appreciation to create. Flooding back to Creator, appreciation, opening our hearts and pouring into our energy bodies the unconditional love that continues to pour in our beings. Our energy bodies absorb, expand, illuminate brighter and brighter. Our energy bodies is now more dominant than our physical bodies. And our energy bodies we circle up. In the center of our circle is a golden sphere. It is small and it grows larger and larger. Gently lands on our laps where our energy centers easily connect to the golden sphere and fill it with love for Gaia. Connected to Gaia, at one with Gaia, cradling Gaia. We arrive at the council chambers, connecting to Alexandria, the head of the council. Welcome. In the overall theme and the vocabulary, if you wish, the term landing. Landing for this increment, this will be an increment of 2, possibly 3. Landing is referring to energies, we would say there is already constructed by, of course, many collaborators and many of divine light that have already prepared. And you would say at the outskirts in the outer atmosphere, there is already a grid prepared of these energies that are reinforcing. It is a reinforcement of many deliveries and many applications and prior deliveries that will be guiding and landing into the accessing points of Gaia, directly connected to prior landing points. So you will see this grid that has been constructed has areas of coordinates that will be conductive with prior landing points on our last delivery. And this is all beings of construct who have assisted in constructing this grid. It is will interlink and provide much reinforcement and strengthening of our prior deliveries. They await us and they are at the outskirts, and we will, when we join at key landing points, we will be at the landing points that were previously utilized, and the other beings will gently guide in the grid, and we will assist in receiving, assist in landing that construction to Gaia's essence, her physicality, if you wish. Before we depart, you are all receiving what it is a key, but it will be not identical for each. But receive, it is a key. When the grid recedes and is received at your landing points, that is when you will utilize the key to engage what has been prepared for Gaia. Excuse me. Now that we have received that, in addition to it, it is not a full cloaking. It is I'm getting over this cold. Should have brought a cough drop. What is a cloak, but it is not fully for that parameter. It is for resources as well. It is of divine light, and it will assist in your energetic locking in. And you, what you are delivering, it also does deliver, but it also combines the grid. Lord have mercy. I need a cough drop. Okay. Please. We are all prepared. Your cloak will guide you to the landing point, and your cloak will assist there. We will be arriving shortly. When you arrive, do not yet utilize your key, and the grid formation that was constructed and prepared will begin to recede in for our landing with us and for our acceptance and our providing from the cloak. You will utilize your key when I instruct. I will ensure, as I will be told, when all key points that it is locking in at are all precisely in contact. The beings who have constructed are beginning to recede it to us now. We are all on our landing points. Allow your cloak or your garment to begin to also communicate. Yes, yes. The receding is very gentle. It is a grid formation and it is closely upon us, but not yet. And do not lock in yet. Let your cloak communicate. You communicate. You are now beginning to receive, gently receive the grid, welcome it, and let your cloak communicate with it. Your cloak is allowing the adjustments that are needed for your landing point and for the grid construct jointly and combined. Yes, they are not fully aligned yet at the landing point, so we will not yet be using our key. I will instruct when you will use your keys. Slight more adjustment on one. And you may now lock in. Lock in those coordinates. Lock into the landing point. Let your cloak continue to communicate. It is providing assistance for the locking in. The key will dissipate. It will be received in and combined with the grid and the key points of Gaia's physicality, her energetic pressure points, if you wish. The energetic places for her to receive, as all keys have now been locked in and absorbed. Continue to allow your cloaks to communicate. They will also slowly absorb. The beings are reviewing the communication and analyzing, as you would refer to it as data, and the interfacing for Gaia. All exuding the oneness, the love, and the combined acknowledgement of this reinforcement and strengthening of Gaia and the beautiful combination prepared by many beings who have vastly infused many coordinates and assistance for Gaia through this grid structure. All is locked in. The cloaks have been absorbed. The beings will now trade places with us, and they will continue at the landing point. So allow the being to take your place. Yes, yes, yes. And we may return to the council chamber. Well done. Any observations or musings? The next increment, there is it will not be a grid. It will be, if you would like to say, a the frosting on the cake, a sleeve, an overlay for what we have provided. It may be also a second overlay, but of this yet we are not certain. Very well. Much appreciation and
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
mm, exiting the council chambers, floating back, floating back. We love you, Gaia. We love you. We love you, Gaia. We gently land. The golden sphere begins to shrink. Our energy centers come back, 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 back. And we receive a shower of from Creator, refreshing us for the remainder of the day. Thank you, thank you. Okay, well, I must bring a cough drop to the next one.